Hey guys, it's I.B.B. dropping in here on the Shenzen map. Now today is post commentary because I actually wanted to cover a subject matter that is actually fresh and of hot topic right now. And I don't know if anybody noticed, I know you know Adrian Chung. If you're here on my channel, you know Adrian Chung, obviously. But he uploaded an audio file that was a replay of the roundtable discussion that the Pixonic developers and the players of the game had about the matchmaking and league system. And if you check down below, I will have a link to that video down there. Now, I don't want to cover anything specific that was already covered in that video because that's just redundant. We've all heard the complaints before. There was things that were said in there that I agreed with and other things that I disagreed with. However, when I listened to the video, what I wanted to pick up on was what was it that what feedback did developers give? What was their responses to some of the complaints that were brought to them? Because sometimes I feel like there's this black hole from that side, from the developer's side. And, you know, you hear the complaints, I hear the complaints because we all have the complaints. But what is it that the developers are thinking about this? Are they just thinking to themselves, you know, we can all kiss off and we can play the game that they give us, or what? I don't really feel that that's what they are doing, but what I do think is they're falling into the trap of they're listening to too many players that have too many different ideas all at the same time, and they're trying to please everybody. But on the other hand, I think players are taking two separate issues and combining them into one, and we're all putting it under the umbrella of it's a problem with matchmaking, and I don't necessarily see it that way. Because when I get into a game and it's 6-on-6, not one of those where people drop out, like this game here, we've got a guy that's going to drop out here any second now, and he's not going to come back in. But when you get into a game and it's 6-on-6, I feel like it's pretty well balanced. The players are all pretty much at the same level, skill-wise, and every game is a tight game. That is exactly what you want matchmaking to do as a developer. The league system, I kind of feel is a joke because, you know, I'm a master league player and sometimes I'll get in with some gold league players and then a lot of champion league players. I think that's a joke. It doesn't really mean much. In fact, I've stopped even caring. I used to put on my thumbnails on my videos what league I was in. It was Diamond League or Expert League or Master League or whatever it is. I've stopped doing that because it's really of no concern to anyone. I don't see a rhyme or reason to it whatsoever. Okay, what they've done though with the system is they've taken away the ability to play maxed out bots or maybe just put a hangar full of level 1 bots and be able to play that as well. And that is one of the things that I really liked about this game was that whatever it was that I was feeling, if I wanted to run around in a bunch of light bots and shoot people and grab beacons, I could do that. If I wanted to put some heavies in here and really smack some people upside the head, I could do that as well. But now, I can't do that. I have a dozen or so bots sitting in my hangar collecting dust, and I'll never use them as long as the matchmaking is like this because they're completely obsolete at the level that I am playing. And so those two issues, the matchmaking, getting into a game and feeling like it's evenly matched between the two teams, and being able to go from an upper tier level of play to a lower tier level of play are two separate issues that I think players are just sort of lumping into one, and the developers here are trying to sort of decipher what is going on, and I think that that is sort of what led to the situation that we're in now with this game. However, I am not beyond putting myself in someone else's shoes and try to understand why it is that they are making the decision that they are. And one of the concerns that they wanted to try and fix was that more experienced players were dropping down into lower leagues where it was supposed to be the inexperienced players with the bots that weren't leveled up yet. Now, a while back when they first implemented this new league system, I said in a game, and I don't know exactly which one it is. If I find it, I'll put a link down in the description. But I said then that I hope that they are not taking this game in a direction where we're at today. I suggested back then, and if I can find that video, I'll put it down in the description. But I suggested back then that the player levels, there's no reason why myself at a level 30 should have been in a game with a level 9 player, and it happened all the time. Now, even if you take me with the same bot level and the same weapon level and everything is all equal, I'm going to have an advantage there simply because I have more experience. So why do you put a level 9 player in with a level 30 player? You have that ranking system already built into the game. Why not use it more for other than just maybe a bragging right? Use that. Make it, once you get to level 30, you shouldn't be in a game with anything below maybe a level 25. Because if you're below level 25, you're probably not going to have a bunch of Gepards with maxed out mags. Seal clubbing, solved. Sure, you can buy them, but you know what? You're still not going to have the experience to know how to use the things. I don't know how many Gepard mags I took out with a Golem, with a Thunder, Tehran, and a Magnum, because I chose to hide behind cover and he ran out into the open like some chicken with its head cut off. So when we talk about problems with matchmaking, I think that it behooves us to keep into perspective that we are talking about two separate issues. There is an aspect of this game that they have completely taken away, and it is that aspect that I hear being aired as a frustration by a lot of players. They want that aspect back. So when I watched the video from Adrian yesterday, what I was listening for was something from the developers that told me that they understood that that was something that they needed to take care of and that they were going to bring that back. I don't know if I heard that, because if you listen to the comments at the end of it, maybe a little bit there was a sliver of hope. Do I hold out a lot of hope that they're going to bring that aspect of it back? I can't really make that call from what I heard in that roundtable discussion. However, what I do understand is that they said that they were going to take all of the suggestions and all of the comments that they got from that roundtable and discuss it among themselves. And I think they said Tuesday they were going to do a release and clue everybody in on the direction that they were going to take. I really believe, as sure as I am sitting here, if they bring that one aspect of being able to drop in with some level 1 bots and maxed out mags, and be able to get matched up against other level 1 bots with maxed out mags, I think that that would go a long way to bringing back some of the community that they have lost over the past few weeks. When I first started playing this game and I found a love for it and I thought, oh man, this is the greatest thing since Grandma's apple pie, I got a lot of my friends into it because it was fun to play it with them. And they didn't have the bots that were at my level, so what I did is I just got some bots. I went out and bought them, and I threw some entry-level weapons in there, and we went out and we had ourselves a grand old time. We tip a beer, and that's what we did. I can't say that one person that I introduced to this game is still playing it today. And that is the saddest thing of all. And I promise you that is the most serious that I'll ever be in my entire life. In fact, to break the ice, I have a joke. Why did a chicken cross the road? Because there was a hot chick over there. We'll check you later.